spanking is abuse. And I feel like I have pretty strong convictions in this. And I feel nervous about, other people's thoughts on this, and the thoughts of like, well, you don't even have kids. So, just wait till you have kids. But honestly, I think that just highlights the problem with it of like, spanking oftentimes comes from a place of like your own dysregulation and from a place of power and control and trying to assert authority and trying to get immediate compliance. And I just think it's so, so problematic. And research supports that. So I feel pretty good about my stance in this.
And I support you.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way. Were you spanked as a kid?
Yeah.
So was I.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you it didn't do anything productive. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I didn't have like physically abusive parents by any means, but like, I don't feel like the results that they were seeking were ever achieved from being spanked.
Right.
So it really just did nothing.
Yeah.
Burke is just like having a good time with my paper here. So yeah, I mean, you know what? I amplify what you're saying. I totally agree.
Yeah. Maybe it's like parents feeling underprepared for like how to handle, the really tough situations that of course happen with kids where you're just like pushed over the edge. Or maybe it's like, well, I was spanked as a kid and I turned out fine, or I don't know what it is, but I think there are so many resources out there now to like do better as a parent and to also learn how to regulate your own emotions so that you can actually teach your child, like, this is what it looks like to be a regulated adult. And your tantrum, your meltdown isn't going to move my solid foundation of regulation. Like, I'm the adult here. I'm going to act like an adult instead of physically harm you to try and get compliance in this moment. Like,
well, absolutely. I think it teaches like what I really think it teaches is that like, okay, I don't know how to deal with this emotion in my body. And so violence is an okay outlet, or like expressing anger in a physical way is an okay outlet. And then that teaches your child that that's okay. Right. And, like, I don't have children of my own, but I have been an integral part in young children's raising and their life. And I'm here to say, like, I don't know, my sister's never been a spanker. Like, she's very much like, let's talk about it. And all of the adults around are that way. Like, nobody has exercised that. And I think it's like the stance of like, you don't have kids. That's just someone trying to justify their own discomfort with what's being said, I think, because, you can literally raise amazing humans without ever physically laying a hand on them. And there's so many ways to teach like boundaries, that's not okay, that aren't physically harming someone.
Yeah. And it just like, when you think about long-term effects, like, right, you're getting short-term compliance because it's fear-based. You're literally harming your child to get compliance out of them. But long-term, like the mental health implications, the lack of trust and safety between parent and child.
The shame.
Yeah. Like, it just goes on and on and on. Even like I think it's like, if you were raised, being spanked growing up, and especially like as it kind of goes up on the scale of like severity, or if other things were used, your likelihood to then do that to your children or to like approve of violence in general is way higher. So it's like so many different impacts that it's having.
Yeah.
And again, like in a world where we have so much like free education and information right at our fingertips, like we have, like, it almost feels like there's no excuse. Like, do better. We can do better as a society.
Yes, absolutely. And something that's coming to mind as you're saying that is like, our brains actually, especially at that age when we're children, our brains cannot differentiate between big T's and little T's.
Yeah.
And so like, maybe you're like, well, I've swatted my kid on the butt once or twice.
Yeah.
Their brain can't discern between like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad because they could have beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And so recognizing that there are implications, and yes, like there's a scale of severity of those implications, but
Right.
really all together, like there is, it's doing, I promise it's doing more damage than it is good.
It is. And when you think of it from like the nervous system perspective and like just the brain, like your physiology changes when you're experiencing a trauma of some sort or
Yeah.
this break in safety, and it affects the way that your brain and your nervous system develops. And so that's where it's like these long-term implications are very real.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, it lies on like a spectrum, but it's not just this like benign thing. There's all sorts of implications. So yeah, that's mine for the day.